Hey newbies, Neeraja Anand here. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we'll continue solving the questions on ACF 2020 paper. Let's read the question. The question that we are solving now is from number system. Question is very simple. You can try by your own. Read the question and pause this video. Try this question. Let's see how many of you get the proper answer. Yeah? The question is, how many numbers from 1 to 100 are such, each of which is divisible by 8 and those one digit at least is 8? Very simple. I hope you have tried the question. Answer is 4. Let me tell you the numbers. One is 0, 8. Another one is 8, 0. Correct? Another one is 48. Another one is 88. These are the 4 numbers which are divisible by 8, and also check the digits. At least one digit is 8. At least in the sense you can include this also where you have both the digits 8, correct? But you should not take the other numbers like 16, 24. You should not take all these numbers. They're telling at least one 8 should be there. I hope the answer is clear. Okay, we'll continue now. Sum of rupees 13.50 is made by 38 coins which are either 50 paisa or 25 paisa. Find the number of 25 paisa coin. This question is like you have to form the equation. Okay, just solve that equation, get the answer. For that you have to learn how to form the equation. Okay, see, they're telling total 38 coins are there. So 38 coins. Let me take 25 paisa coins are X. Okay. Then 50 paisa coins are, think newbies. No need to take any other variable for this. You can manage with the same variable. What do you have to do? Just take this as 38 minus X. Simple. Okay. Now, how do you convert this to amount? Check. See, 25 paisa coins. How many are there? X are there. Great. Then 50 paisa coins, how many are there? 38 minus X are there. Let me explain with an example. See, assume there are total 3 coins. Okay, here 5 rupees coins 1 and 2 rupees coins 2. Total 3 coins, one is 5 rupees coin and other 2 are 2 rupees coins. Can you tell me how much rupees you have now? Very simple. What do you have to do? 5 into 1 plus 2 into 2. Correct. This is 5 plus 4. You will say, ma'am, we have 9 rupees. Similarly, see, 25 paisa coins are X coins and 50 paisa coins are 38 minus X coins. This is how you can convert that to amount. Okay. They are telling this is equal to 13.50 rupees. Very, very important, newbies. You can't equate this paisa and rupees like this. See, LHS values are in paisa, no? Then RHS should be in paisa. Understood? So let's convert this. How can we convert this? Just you have to multiply this value with 100. Because 1 rupee is equal to 100 paisa, no? Just you have to multiply this value with 100 to convert this to paisa. How much we get? We get 1350 paisa. Okay, let's simplify this side. 25x plus 50 into 38 minus 50x. Okay, what is this value? See, 50 into 38, we get 1500 plus 400, total 1900. Okay, 1900 minus 25x is equal to 1350. Yes, let's find the x value now. 25x is equal to 1900 minus 1350. We get this value as 550. So x value 550 divided by 25. Answer is 22. There are 22 25 paisa coins. See, we got the answer. X means number of 25 paisa coins. No, that is what the question here. So 22 25 paisa coins are there. Out of this 38 coins, 22 are 25 paisa coins and 16 are 50 paisa coins. Simple. I hope this is clear. Next equation question is, there are some cows, bulls and 45 hens in a group. One caretaker looks after 15 animals. The number of bulls is twice the number of cows. If the number of heads is less than the total number of feet by 186, including the caretaker, then how many caretakers are there? Newbies, to solve this question, first thing what you have to do is you need to find how many animals are there. Let's find it. See, number of bulls is twice the number of cows. So first what we'll do, no, let's take number of cows are X and number of bulls will become twice. No, that means 2x. Total number of cows and bulls 3x. That's it. Okay. So total number of animals including cows and bulls 3x plus, see, 45 hens are there, no? So plus 45. Very simple. I hope the step is clear. 3x plus 45 is the total count of animals. Okay. Now, one caretaker looks after 15 animals. See, you have to form 15 animals as a group. For each group, one caretaker is required. Now, newbies, just take 30 animals are there. Can you tell me how many caretakers? Obviously, 2 caretakers. Correct? No, 45, 3 caretakers. What about 90? 6 caretakers. How are we getting this? Very simple. See, 90 divided by 15. That is 6 caretakers. I hope this is clear. Now, total animals count is 3x plus 45. Let's take number of caretakers as n. Can you guess the equation for this n? Yes, see, very simple. 3x plus 45, total number of animals divided by 15. Hope this is clear. Newbies, to solve this question, we have to find this n value. N is number of caretakers. No, to find this n value, what we need? We need the value of this x. Let's get the x value by using this information. Okay, see here what is given. If the number of heads is less than total number of feet by 186. Let's get the number of heads. Number of heads is equal to 3x plus 45, and including caretakers, no, you have to include this n variable also. Why I have taken these values? See, whether it is animal or human being, both have only one head. No, to get number of heads, what do you have to do? Just you have to take the sum of total number of animals and total number of caretakers. See, total number of animals 3x plus 45 and total number of caretakers, we have used a variable n. That's why I have taken n over there. Hope this is clear. Okay. Let's get number of feet now. Each cow and bull have 4 legs. No. So how many cow and bull are there? 3x into 4. This is how you can get the total number of legs of these cows and bulls. Okay. Then each hen has 2 legs. So into 2. Total hens are 45. That's why I've taken 45 into 2 plus each caretaker has 2 legs. So total number of caretakers are n. Number of legs is equal to n into 2. Very simple. Okay, what is this value? 12x plus 90 plus 2n. Let's read the given information again. If the number of heads is less than the total number of feet. Meaning of this is, see, the difference of these two is 186. Am I clear? We can form the equation like this. 12x plus 90 plus 2n minus 3x plus 45 plus n is equal to 186. Simplify this. 12x plus 90 plus 2n minus 3x minus 45 minus n is equal to 186. We get 9x plus 45 plus n is equal to 186. Let's get the n value. N is equal to, send this 45 this side, you get 141 minus 9x. Okay. See, we have n value here and here. We can equate these two values. We get 3x plus 45 divided by 15 is equal to 141 minus 9x. Okay, newbies, simplify this equation and get the value of x. This is very simple. You can write this as x by 5 plus this is 45 by 15. We get 3 is equal to 141 minus 9x. X by 5 plus 9x is equal to 138 What is this value? 46x by 5 is equal to 138. We get x value as 15. Very simple. After getting the x value, it's very simple. See, you have n value here or n value here. Use any of these to get the answer. See? 3 into 15 plus 45 divided by 15. This is 3 plus 3, we get 6. What's the meaning of this? There are 6 caretakers. This simple, you can get the answer. Just you have to form the equation according to the given information, simplify that equation and get the answer. That's it. Next question is, if 15 apples and 20 oranges cost as much as 20 apples and 15 oranges, then how do you compare the cost of 2? Try this question, newbies. It's very simple. You can solve by your own. Check it. Cost of 1 apple, you can take as A. Cost of 1 orange, you can take as O. Cost of 15 apples and 20 oranges means 15A plus 20O. In order to differentiate this O and 0, let's mark this O like this. Okay. Then 20 apples and 15 oranges, 20A plus 15 oranges. They're telling these two values are same. Let's take the values. Just simplify this. Okay, let's send this 15A to RHS, we get 5A. And this 15O to LHS, we get 5O. 5 get cancelled, then O is equal to A. From this we can say apples are as costly as oranges. Very simple question. Let's continue. Next question is, if 4 power x plus y is equal to 1 and 4 power x minus y is equal to 4, then the value of x and y respectively are. You will just check what value of this x plus y gives you the answer as 1. Think. Simple, no? 4 power 0 value is 1. So, this x plus y value should be 0. Am I clear? That's it. Now, let's come here. 4 power x minus y is equal to 4. How it is possible? Think. Yes, x minus y value should be 1. Correct? No? See? 4 power 1 is 4. So this value should be 1. Understood? Very simple. Now, solve these two equations and get the answer. That's it. X plus y is equal to 0. X minus y is equal to 1. Newbies, just add these two equations to get the x value. While if you add it, we have to cancel these two. 2x is equal to 1. We get the x value as 1 by 2. That's it. Okay. Then, to get the y value, what we have to do? We have to subtract these two equations. So this is how you can subtract. That time x will get cancelled. So you get 2y is equal to minus 1. Y is equal to minus 1 by 2. That's it. See, we got the answer for x and y. Option C is the answer for this question. Be very careful. X value is 1 by 2 and y value is minus 1 by 2. Next equation question is, if x is equal to 7 plus 4 root 3 and x into y is equal to 1 by 2, then what is the value of 4 divided by x square plus 1 divided by y square? Newbies, let's convert these variables to one variable, either to x or to y. Okay, here I'm converting y to x. We'll use this y value we can take as 1 divided by 2x. Let's rewrite this. 4 divided by x square plus 1 divided by 1 by 2x whole square. Like this you have to take, okay? If we reduce this, we get 4 divided by x square plus 4x square. After simplifying this properly, you have to send this denominator value to the numerator. Am I clear? After this, let's take 4 common from these two numbers. See? This is what we get. Let's find the x square value now. X square. That means you have to square this number. 7 plus 4 root 3 whole square. Use a plus b whole square formula. First is a square. Let's take it as 49. B square 16 into 3 2ab. 2 into 7 into 4 root 3. Okay, what is this value now? 49 plus 48 plus 56 root 3. Correct. So we can take this as 97 plus 56 root 3. This is the value of x square. Let's replace this x square value with this value now. We can rewrite this equation as 4, 1 divided by 97 plus 56 root 3 plus 97 plus 56 root 3. Okay, what is the LCM? 97 plus 56 root 3 is the LCM. See, this is like 1 by a plus a. A is the LCM, so 1 plus a square divided by a. Same logic we'll use here. Okay, instead of a, just use this 97 plus 56 root 3. Okay, 4 into 1 plus 97 plus 56 root 3 whole square. A square, right? So it is whole square divided by 97 plus 56 root 3. After this, you have to learn how to simplify this properly. Just observe my solution. You will get it. Okay. See, what I do is 4 into 1 plus. See, this is also a plus b whole square formula. Let's put the formula. First is a square, that is 97 square, and b square is 56 square into 3, 2ab. 2 into 97 into 56 root 3 divided by 97 plus 56 root 3. Okay. Now, 1 plus 97 square is 9409 plus 56 square into 3 is 9408 plus 2 into 97 into 56 root 3. Just observe it, okay? This is 97 plus 56 root 3. There is a reason to keep these numbers as it is, okay? Just observe my solution, you will get it. Now, 4, 9409. Let's add this 1 to this value. 9409 plus 2 into 97 into 56 root 3. Okay, what's the denominator? 97 plus 56 root 3. Okay, now I'll rewrite this as, see, this is the value for 97 square, right? Let's put it back. Okay, and next number is also 97 square. Okay, 2 into 97 into 56 root 3 divided by 97 plus 56 root 3. Okay, see, after this it is very simple. What you have to do is 2 times of 97 square, right? Just take like this, plus 2 into 97 into 56 root 3 divided by 97 plus 56 root 3. Okay, see, from this value and from this value we can take out 2 into 97 as common number. Correct? No? Okay, let's remove this. 4 into, what I'm doing is I'm taking out these two numbers as the common numbers. What I will left with? In the first number we have 97. In the second number we have that 56 root 3. Okay, then denominator, yes, 97 plus 56 root 3. I hope now you are getting the idea. See, these two get cancels. What is the final answer? 4 into 2 into 97. This is how you have to simplify this. Okay, final answer is 776. This is the final answer. Option C is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. Just watch this again. You will get the idea. Anyways, next question is from geometry. The question is, if side of a square is increased by 25%, then the percentage change in its area. Let's get the area of the square formula. Area is equal to side into side. Correct? No. Now, let's assume a value for this side. 100 centimeter. Am I clear? Now the value of the side of the square is 100 centimeter. Calculate the area. area is equal to side into side, so it is 100 into 100. We get this as 10,000 centimeters square. Correct? No. What is given? If the side of the square is increased by 25%, just increase this 100 by 25%. New side is 125%. 100 is a friendly number. You can play with the 100. 25% increase means 125. 25% decrease means just subtract 25 from the 100, 75. That is what? 25% decrease. Okay. Let's find the new area now. Area is equal to 125 into 125. We get this as 15,625 centimeters square. Question is for percentage change. That means what is the percentage change from this 10,000 to 15,625? Clear. This is the initial area and this is the changed one. So percentage change is equal to difference divided by base into 100. Okay. Difference is just the difference of these two numbers. That is 5,625 and the base. See, from this number the changes is happening. No, this is the initial one. So you have to take that as a base. Okay. Into 100. What is this value? 56.25%. Option C is the answer for this question. Then assuming a variable for this and complicating this question, what you can do is just assume a number for this side, like a 100 friendly number. Use that number to answer this question. I hope the method is clear. Super. We'll continue. Next question from the geometry is the surface area of a cuboid 16 meter long, 14 meter broad and 7 meter height is. Newbies, if you know the formula of the surface area of the cuboid, this is very simple question. Formula for surface area of the cuboid is 2 into length into width plus width into height plus height into length. That's it. Okay, just replace these values here and get the answer. 2 into 16 into 14 plus 14 into 7 plus 7 into 16. This is 2 into 224 plus 98 plus 112. Then 2 into 434. Final answer is 868 meters square. Yes, option B is the answer for this question. The angle of elevation of the sun when the length of the shadow of a tree is √3 times the height of the tree. Okay, let's take the tree like this. Okay, height of the tree is x, shadow. See, we can take the shadow like this. They're telling this is √3 times the height. Hope this is clear. Now we have to find angle of elevation. Angle of elevation means like this. This is what the angle of elevation. Okay, this angle is 90 degree. So this will become opposite. This will become adjacent. And this is hypotenuse. Correct? No. Now, see, we know opposite and we know adjacent. Can we use tan theta for this? Yes, this comes under trigonometry. In trigonometry, tan theta is equal to opposite divided by adjacent. Correct? No. Opposite value is x. Adjacent value is √3 by x. We get this as 1 by √3. Tan theta. Okay. Now, just find this theta value. After this, it is very simple, no? See, in trigonometry, we have values for this sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cot theta, secant theta and cosecant theta, especially this degrees. That is 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. Correct. Revise that values. Okay, that is very useful for the calculation. This value, see, 1 by √3 is actually tan 30. Okay, tan 30 degree is equal to 1 by √3. So theta value is 30 degree. Answer for this question is A, 30. I hope this is clear. Newbies, what have we used here? This basics of trigonometry. No, under trigonometry, this angle of elevation, angle of depression, this question patterns are most repeated one. Concentrate on that more. Okay. Yes. We'll continue. Next question is, if the angles of a triangle are in the ratio 1:2:3, then the corresponding sides are in the ratio. Let's take the angles as 1x, 2x and 3x. This is the rule, right? When you convert ratio into values, what do you have to do? You have to multiply that with a variable. Now tell me, sum of this angles is equal to how much degree? Yes, 180 degree. Simple. From this, we can find each angle's value. X value is 180 divided by 6. We get the answer as 30. That means first angle, see, just replace this X value to this. We get for one angle 30, another angle 60, and another angle is 90. Hope this is clear. We got the values of each angle 30, 60, and 90. Let's use the sine rule for this. See, you can use this as A angle, B angle, and C angle. The small letter A, B, C are the sides of this triangle. Okay, now let's replace the value. A divided by sine 30 is equal to B divided by sine 60 is equal to C divided by sine 90. See, sine 30 value is 1 by 2. Sine 60 value is root 3 by 2. Sine 90 value is 1. Okay, we can take this as 2a is equal to 2b by root 3 is equal to c. To simplify this, let's equate these three values with 1. Okay, then we can take 2a is equal to 1. Then a value will be 1 by 2. 2b by root 3 is equal to 1. Then b value will be root 3 by 2. C is equal to 1. Let's take the ratio now. A is to b is to c is equal to 1 by 2 is to root 3 by 2 is to 1. Correct. To reduce this ratio, what you can do is just multiply each value with 2. Okay. Now we get 1 is to root 3 is to 2. This is the final ratio. A is to B is to C value is 1 is to root 3 is to 2. This is the ratio of the corresponding sides. Option D is the answer for this question. Newbies, next question is, two concentric circles form a ring. The inner and outer circumference of the ring are 52 by 7 meter and 75 3 by 7 meters respectively. The width of the ring is... Simple question. See, they have given the circumference value. This is inner circumference and this is outer circumference. Okay. Trick is very simple. Take the formula of circumference of the circle. Find the radius of each circle. See, this is small r and this is big R. Okay. The width of the ring is this one. They're asking for this. Okay. Just get the radius of the bigger circle and the radius of the smaller circle. Take the difference. You will get the answer. Simple. Formula for the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. Okay, r means radius. Pi value 22 by 7. Okay, now let's get the small r value. Inner ring. Circumference is given as 52 by 7 is equal to 2 pi value you can take as 22 by 7 and this radius r. Okay, now just convert this to improper fraction. This is 352 divided by 7. Multiply these two and add this one. Simple. Then this is 44 by 7 into r. This get cancelled. R is equal to 352 divided by 44. Answer is 8. Okay. Next, calculate the value of big R. For this, you have to concentrate on outer ring. Okay. Circumference is given as 75 3 by 7. Let's take this 2 into 22 by 7 and this time radius is big R. Okay. Now convert this. Just multiply these two and add this value. Here it is 528 divided by 7 is equal to 44 by 7 into R. 7 get cancelled and R is equal to 528 divided by 44 which is 12. Newbies, after getting this big R and small r value, it's very simple to get the width. See, to get this portion, just subtract these two values. That is 12 minus 8. Simple answer is 4 meters. This is the answer for this question. Just we have used this formula to get the answer. Circumference of the ring, 2 pi r. That's it. Very simple. Hope you have understood the method. Newbies, last question of this video. Question is, a spherical ball of lead 3 cm in diameter is melted. Okay, let's take this as a spherical ball. Spherical ball means we can take the example of football, volleyball, Yeah. Now let's take this as a spherical ball which is 3 centimeter in diameter. What is happening? This ball is melted and recast into 3 spherical balls. Let's take these 3 are the spherical balls. The diameter of 2 of these are 1.5 centimeter and 2 centimeter. Okay, this is 1.5 centimeter and this is 2 centimeter. They're asking for the third ball's diameter. Very simple. See, from this only we got this 3 balls. No. Let's take the volume formula here. Volume of this big spherical ball is equal to volume of that first spherical ball plus, see, let's take this as first ball and this as second ball and this as third ball. Okay, volume of first spherical ball plus volume of second spherical ball plus volume of third spherical ball. I hope the logic is clear. If you take the sum of all these 3 numbers, you have to get this value. This ball is melted and then we got these 3 balls, right? Sum of the volumes of these balls should be equal to volume of this ball. I hope this is clear. Okay, let's take the formula. Volume of the spherical ball is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, instead of taking radius, let's change this radius into diameter. How? See, diameter is equal to 2 times of radius. Correct. So, radius diameter divided by 2. Half of the diameter will be radius. So, see, I can rewrite this as 4 by 3 pi d by 2 whole cube. Am I clear? Now, see, 4 by 3, what is 2 cube? 8 pi d cube. If you reduce this, we get this as 1 by 6 pi d cube. Okay, let's replace the values here. First, let's take the big spherical ball. 1 by 6 pi, what is the diameter? 3 is the diameter, so take 3 cube is equal to 1 by 6 pi. What is the diameter of the first ball? 1.5, right? Take it as 1.5 cube. Okay, plus 1 by 6 pi, diameter of the second ball, 2. So, take it as 2 cube plus 1 by 6 pi. What is the diameter of the third ball? That one we have to find, right? So, take it as x cube. Now, very simple. 1 by 6 pi. What is this number? 27 is equal to, let's take 1 by 6 pi common from these 3 numbers. 1 by 6 pi. We can rewrite this 1.5 as, see, we can rewrite this as 15 by 10. We can reduce this to 3 by 2. Okay, see, 3 by 2 whole cube plus 2 cube plus x cube. Am I clear? Now, we can cancel this 1 by 6 pi and 1 by 6 pi. What are we left with? 27 is equal to 27 divided by 8 plus 8 plus x cube. What is this x? It's the diameter of this third ball. Okay. Now, you have to solve for this x. Hope this is clear. Let's reduce this. See, in order to remove this 8, we can use a technique like just multiply all the numbers with 8. Okay. First number 27 into 8 is equal to 27. 8 will get cancelled, no? So, it's just 27 and this value is 64 and this value is 8x cube. Okay, reduce this value. This is 216 is equal to 91 plus 8x cube. Let's take 8x cube one side. And if you send 91 to this side, you get 216 minus 91, that is 125. Yes, x cube is equal to 125 divided by 8. Both are cube numbers. It's very simple now. Both are cube numbers. So, x value, what is cube root of 125? 5. Superb. Then, what is the cube root of 8? 2. That's it. See, we got the x value. Values are in decimals. So, let's reduce this further. 5 by 2 is exactly equal to 2.5. Option C is the answer for this question. Newbies, I hope the method is clear and all the questions that we have solved in this video are clear. If you have any doubt, please do comment it. Thank you.